Hello and welcome back. Today we are looking at probably one of the most used and sought after crowd control frames, although I would prefer to refer to her as a utility frame. Nova, or Nova Prime, depending on what one you have. She is very sought over for the fact that she can buff damage like a bastard. She can slow enemies down, she can speed enemies up, she can teleport allies, you, herself, the operative as well for defense missions around the map. She can drop a massive ball, and it's the ultimate teabag. It does some stupid damage, along with the fact that for the physicists out there, she can make herself look like a neutron. Why not? Now, there are some pros and cons to working with and also being a Nova. A slow Nova has some seriously hardcore solo potential where I wouldn't recommend soloing with a speed Nova for the fact that this increases the enemy's overall damage per second because it speeds up everything about them. Their fire rate, their reload speed, the rate in which they stand back up from being knocked down, their general movement, everything about them speeds them up. So this can lead to some certain problems if you haven't got a team that's fully prepared for a speed Nova. But as a slow Nova, you do quite the opposite. You slow everything down, their movement, their fire rate, where you might actually get rinsed normally at high levels due to enemies' fire rates of a slow Nova. They can't track you as easily. You might get hit once and then you move out their path and they have to spin around to try and catch up to you. It is, like I said, utility wise, she is absolutely amazing and she can do some wondrous things, and she is probably one of the key frames that I would recommend you get throughout your Warframe career. Now, at the moment in this clip I am using a slow Nova, and you can see, I'm just dallying around. I'm not really actually doing anything particularly strenuous because I've got time. I'm not worrying about anything. I'm just sort of fanning around. Now, that comes with being a slow Nova, like I said. This here is Speed Nova, and I really only tend to use my Speed Nova on defense missions. They're quite slow and cumbersome anyway, so it helps to speed them up. It gets through things quicker. It's more of a farming thing, and it's just generally a Speed Nova on a defense mission is quite a good thing. However, I would be careful taking her onto higher level defense missions, particularly in sortie, because if you're not prepared and you don't have a specialised team for it, you can get yourself into a lot of trouble. So, like I said earlier, Speed Nova, it's not a bad thing. Just prepare yourselves and let your team know as well. Now, her one ability, like I said, I keep this active as often as I can because as things get in range, it fires off at them and it can do quite an impressive amount of damage and also detonate the molecular prime they're already infected with. Her 2 ability is pretty awesome. It damages like hell. Now, as already said, the whole Speed Nova thing, this is actually a Speed Nova. There's just 4 corrupted heavy gunners, they're level 140, and at the moment I'm actually kind of flapping to try and get away from them, although I did screw it up. But you can already hear their rate of fire is vastly increased. The way in which they can pivot and rotate round does some serious damage, whereas going up against enemies that are slowed, I've been hit like twice and I can just manoeuvre out the way and they've got to catch up to me and I can just dally around. It's not really much of a problem, just sort of chilling out. Now, with Nova, I do have 3 builds. One of them you could argue is incomplete because I'm not using Exilus now. The first build this is a slow build. Lightning Dash for maneuverability, narrow-minded streamline, constitution intensify, vitality, prime flow, and prime continuity. I'm using corrosive projection just to help with the damage, and I'm also using power drift because the slow of her molecular prime caps out at 145% strength, so you don't really need too much over that. Now, the second build is the exact same. I've just swapped out Lightning Dash for Antimatter Drop, it just helps with a little bit more survivability on those high level missions because it obviously absorbs all the bullets in range. The problem is you've got decreased range, which does kind of affect it, but it depends on how you want to play that. I find it helps. If you don't find it helps, then no, that's you. Again, as always, these are just my builds. You can use them if you want. You don't have to use them. This is just how these are my playstyles. So this is how I've modded. Now for my speed Nova, you may notice I have an Exilus missing, but again, it is largely the same. I've just taken out all of the strength mods and replaced them with overextended, just so you can decrease the power strength. Anyway, that's me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.